some breakfast, coffee, do a little bit of stretching, the prenatal stretches, kind of just try to have a slow morning. Today's day 1 of solo parenting. Days of solo parenting ahead of me, so there were just a couple of things that I'm trying to do to set myself up for success and not hit the survival mode button, because I'm just never in a good attitude or state of mind when I'm on survival mode. So there's a couple of things that I pre-planned.
What are these? I'm not gonna open these.
That is glue tape. I have already done grocery shopping and meal prepping. Meal planning when my husband's away is something I typically don't do because I have the I'll just eat anything attitude, and to be honest with you guys, that is just like the worst mentality to have, especially while you're pregnant, and especially also when you have like 2 kids to watch over, because half the time I was not eating what I should be eating, nothing with nutritional value, and I was cranky all the time. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, my mind, my body needs to stay sharp, especially while he's away, and I'm doing this thing by myself, taking care of the kids by myself. So meal planning was really important. So we got all the groceries. I got fruits and yogurts and all those things stocked up for the kids. And yeah, also feeding myself is really important. Feeding myself first thing in the morning. I try to wake up before they do. I just found that that is like the best solution for me if I want to have a good day with the kids, is waking up before them, and also having breakfast before them, because I feel like sometimes when they wake up at the same time, breakfast time can be a little bit chaotic. I also found that when I have coffee on an empty stomach, the brain fog hits so bad. So I try to, and I've been very good about having my coffee either with my breakfast or after my breakfast. I cannot have coffee on an empty stomach because the brain fog, like I said, it just hits so hard. And why would I want to start my morning off like that? I really looked forward to this coffee this morning because I got the pumpkin spice creamer, as you guys saw. I'm finally getting into the vibes, even though it's still summer, but let your girl have it. Yeah, just a couple things that I'm going to be updating you guys in today's vlog. You guys see that I have some empty picture frames over here. So we finally tackled the gallery wall that we've always wanted on this empty wall. You guys have heard me talk about how it's always just been really boring and empty, and yeah, we finally took a trip to IKEA and found the perfect sized frames. So we got 6. We actually bought 9 because I didn't measure. We got to return the other 3, so we ended up hanging up 6. I have the orders printed and coming in the mail from Shutterfly, but that won't be coming till like the first week of August. I'm sorry, the first week of September. So once those are up, I can give you guys the reveal, but you guys have the sneak peek here on YouTube. I've been posting a lot more on Instagram. I'm sorry, I did not mean for this intro to be super chatty, but it's been a long time since I've vlogged and I've talked to you guys. I haven't been posting much on YouTube. I've been posting a lot more on Instagram, and surprisingly enough, I've just been really inspired to post more on Instagram. I've been posting a lot of home decor content, like motherhood content. I've just been feeling more inspired lately, and it's been a lot of fun. And with YouTube, it's just difficult because the process of filming, editing, all the final touches, it just takes a long time, and we're just in the really busy season of life that I kind of just throw YouTube out the window sometimes because I just think it's too much work. So anyways, sorry for the very chatty vlog. I got some pregnancy updates, hobby updates for you guys, a lot of updates in this vlog, but I'm gonna finish this coffee. Josie's awake. I'm gonna go get her eventually change out of my PJs. I don't feel super like guilty staying in these because they're really cute. If you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I know it's such a YouTuber-y thing to say, but it genuinely helps my channel, helps support my family. So thank you guys if you do so, and make sure you like this video if you enjoy it as well. Yogi, 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 yogi. After breakfast, we're gonna go to the library to return these books. Is there any that you want to read one more time before we return them? Jojo, get over here!
More of the Spidey books.
Got all these books to return back to the library today. Psalm 25.
4 through 5.
Yes.
Psalm 25, 4 through 5.
Okay, you ready? Let's practice together. Make me to know your ways, O Lord.
Make me to know your ways, O Lord.
Teach me your paths.
Teach me your paths.
Lead me in your truth.
Lead me in your truth.
And teach me,
And teach me.
for you are the God of my salvation.
For you are the God of my salvation.
For you I wait all the day long.
For you I wait all the day long.
Psalm 25, verses 4 through 5.
Mommy, I cut this. Verses 4 through 5.
Yes, I cut that.
Oh, cut that.
Yeah, those are apples.
Oh, apple.
Uh-huh.
I don't eat it now. Mommy, I don't want to cut it.
Okay. So we just made it to the library. I actually did a quick Target return. We're here at the library about 15 minutes early, but I didn't mention where Steven's at right now. He's actually in Monterey right now for a conference. And so I was telling the kids he'll be done with his conference on Thursday at like 10 a.m. And so we had this idea of taking the kids to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, but it totally depends on like how the next couple of days go. And so I was telling Lucas that while we're at the library, we can check out books about like sea turtles. He wanted sharks, whales, and kind of like make this a mini lesson. And so our field trip will be going to the aquarium, hopefully, fingers crossed. But just something to look forward to at the end of the week, or almost the end of the week. And I'll show you guys a haul of what we find. So we just got home, kids had lunch, now I'm letting them play before I put Josie down for a nap. But I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a book haul of all the books that we found at the library today. Okay, so we're gonna start off with Secrets of the Seashore. We actually have a book just like this, except it's about an apple tree, and this one's cool because you can use your flashlight to see through the pages, and Lucas really liked our apple tree one, so I think both the kids will enjoy this one. I got a couple of just like reading, like story time books, and then some are more educational. This one is called Sandy Feet. I thought this would be a cute story. The Tide Pool Waits, also really nice. Oceans. This one is the more educational one, as I was telling you guys, with just a bunch of like fun facts. I thought I would also bring some of these on the drive to Monterey, since it's almost a 3-hour drive. This one is called Sea Without a Shore. This one's completely unrelated, I'll show you in a minute. Whale Fall is what we were just reading. This one's a bit of a longer book. This is all about what happens to a whale's body after it dies, which is really interesting even for me. There's so many things that, we didn't finish this book, but there's so many things that I didn't even know. Oh no, I'm sorry. Life After Whale. This is the one we were just reading. Whale Fall might be the same thing, actually. Whale Fall is pretty much the same concept, except a lot shorter of a book. This one is something that Josie can sit through. This one has like paragraphs upon paragraphs. So this is a lot longer of a book. And then I'd actually stumbled across this book. This is called This Is My Home, This Is My School. And it is a book about like a homeschooled kid, which I saw this a few weeks ago and I didn't get it because I already had so many books checked out. So that is our little book haul. My mother-in-law is actually gonna come to visit. Josie's about to take a nap in about 30 minutes. So we're gonna hang out with her for a little bit. I'm gonna clean up our lunch mess and then we'll see where the rest of the day takes us. I have Korean beef barbecue bowls that I'm making for dinner tonight. I also have not had lunch yet, so I'm gonna have lunch, clean up, and then put Jojo down for a nap. Are you pretending to sleep on the couch? You're funny. Okay, I actually have a moment to chat with you guys. Josie's down for a nap. Lucas is at the grocery store with my mother-in-law. There's a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about. Sorry, I'm like looking at two dragonflies on top of each other outside. To set myself up for success while my husband is away, I shared on my Instagram stories that oftentimes I feel like us moms will hit that survival mode button. Well, sometimes it could be like things that are out of our control, like if we have, I don't know, a colicky baby while taking care of other kids, just things that are out of control. There are still so much within our control. And what I mean by that is it's little things like, for me personally, putting down Lucas for bed sometimes is really rough. We're going through a phase of like constantly coming out of our bedroom. And while my husband's away, he does ask to come sleep with me when he's away, and normally I would tell him no because I need those hours to like decompress, watch whatever I want, you know, just like have the night to myself. But then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna let go of that and I'm gonna allow him to come sleep with me, let that be some time for us to bond, and then I won't be fighting him to go to sleep. And honestly, I'll sleep better because it is so hard for me to fall asleep when my husband is away, but knowing that Lucas is right next to me, I fell asleep pretty quickly last night. And another reason I used to tell him no is because I like to wake up early. I like to get up, make my coffee, have my breakfast like you guys saw, and I just, in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm gonna wake him up, he's gonna wake up, I'm not gonna have that time for myself in the morning. And this morning went totally fine. I had a whole hour to myself. He woke up at 7, I woke up at 6. And also I was telling my husband, having a conversation with him, I'm like, even if he does wake up as early as I do, that's even better if you consider the fact that he'll go to bed earlier instead of fighting sleep. So just letting go of so many things that I would cling to, like needing all this me time, especially when my husband's away, letting go of the need for me time has actually helped me so much as I'm solo parenting, because I'm not gonna get a lot of me time, so I might as well let go of that expectation. And things have been running a lot more smoothly now that I've done that. Because my mother-in-law's here, we would have done school while Josie was napping, but I think this will be a good opportunity to just do school in bed when Josie goes down for the night. These are just little things. I've had to like rewire my brain a little bit and figure out what works best. Like, I can't keep doing the same things I always do and then expect it to go differently when I already know what the outcome will be. Good morning, you guys. It is almost 7 a.m. and I'm gonna speak softly because both the kids are still sleeping, but I unintentionally woke up this morning at 5:30. It was like my body clock just woke me up. My alarm was set for 6, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna stay awake, especially considering that we went to bed. We were in bed by 8:30 and fell asleep by 9 last night. I mentioned that I've been letting Lucas sleep with me while Steven's away, and that has made bedtime fairly easy. And we ended up doing a little bit of school in bed, which to my surprise he was actually very excited about, but we were both very, very tired. And we all fell asleep really early. So I woke up early this morning before my alarm went off. I've already had breakfast. I'm drinking my coffee now. And I crave early mornings, honestly, is because I just want to spend time with Jesus. Sometimes that looks like just pure silence. Sometimes that's me, praying out loud, softly, of course, because the kids are sleeping. Yeah, just spending time, intentional time with the Lord before a really busy day of mothering and homemaking and all the things gets ahead of me. So there was actually a verse yesterday that I had come across. I felt the Lord bring it to me to reflect on. And it is Psalm 149:4. It says, "For the Lord takes pleasure in his people. He adorns the humble with victory." And in other translations, pleasure is replaced with delight. Some definitions for adorn are enhance or make more beautiful. And my reflection on that was in motherhood. I'm going to read off my notes, okay? These are my own reflections, my own words, my notes I made this morning. In motherhood, I often feel entitled to time alone, especially in a non-stop season of always being with my children. I am not entitled to anything. However, that does not mean I am undeserving of rest. Oftentimes, I cling to a false sense of rest. True rest is to rest in the presence of the Lord, whether that be through prayer, hymns, or even silence, like I was telling you guys. And then I asked myself, how often am I choosing that over something else? How often am I choosing to rest in the presence of the Lord, even in the chaos? How often am I choosing to I don't know, complain or scroll on my phone or think I need to, I don't know, I don't really binge watch a lot of TV, but sometimes I'll occasionally want to watch a YouTube video to rest and just doing all the things that don't involve me resting in the presence of the Lord. And I came across this quote by Elizabeth Elliot. I literally love, she has a book, she might have several, but I always come across her quotes and I just love everything that she says. But this one says, "The secret of joy is Christ in me, not me in a different set of circumstances." That is my new wallpaper right now. That's what you guys just saw right here. I just think that's so beautiful. And then I also have a prayer that I found. Pinterest is like my new Instagram. Sorry to push social media on you guys, because Pinterest is still technically social media, but it's without the all the bad things that Instagram and Facebook and all that have. This is by Elizabeth D. Thompson. This is a prayer for the mission of motherhood. So I'm just going to pray this over you guys today and myself. I already prayed it over myself, but I'll pray for you guys today. It says, "Lord, be with me today as I go before my children, not just as their teacher, but as their mother. Help me nurture and protect them. Guide me to the teachable moments. Let me see the world through their eyes. Remind me to slow down, to give that extra hug, to respond with wisdom. Strengthen me when I'm tired. Center me in the chaos. Renew my mind so I can build our home with grace. Thank you for this sacred position. Pour into me as I pour out. In Jesus' name, amen." There's a couple of different lines there that really stood out to me, and it's to strengthen me when I'm tired, and especially to center me in the chaos, because as a mother, that's not something that you can escape, no matter how many times you see someone trying to establish a calm environment, which you should with your kids. I'm not saying that's impossible to set the tone for your home, set a calming environment, but kids are still, in motherhood, you're not going to escape chaos. Children are children, and there are certain things that we cannot control that we need to give to God. They have a lot of sinful behaviors that need to be corrected, and yeah, to center me in the chaos, because a lot of the times I don't feel centered when the house is chaotic. I feel very off, and to pray that over myself is just so essential. Pour into me as I pour out. As mothers, we are constantly pouring out. And you know what? It's true. You cannot pour from an empty cup. But what are you doing to pour into yourself? Because a lot of the time society will tell you in order to pour in for yourself, it's self-care, new skincare, nighttime routine, all these things which might help, but it's not a sustainable way of pouring into yourself. We don't really have any set plans today. Something that I've been putting off is canning. I have tomatoes sitting in my fridge that I really desperately need to can. And I'll be honest, I really don't feel like doing that, but because today is not a busy day for us, I might tackle that today. And then especially because tomorrow we have a play date with one of my friends, and so we'll be gone most of the morning. So today's my one opportunity to do that. So anyways, good morning. I hope you guys are having a great week, but whenever you're watching this video, and I hope that this brought you some encouragement. So it's my prayer for this video. It already looks so much better having all these things, all these frames back here instead of an empty wall. But before I get started with the rest of my day, and it's quiet, I did want to talk about our little project over here. So we got these 6 frames from IKEA. I think I mentioned that earlier in the vlog. And I'll show you guys some of my inspiration photos. If you guys are not following me on Pinterest, I'm very active on there, so I always have it linked in my description. I have a house board or a home board, I don't remember what I called it, a faith board. Pinterest is just like one of my favorite platforms, but I have had something saved since I found out we were buying this house, and I've tried a couple of different things for this wall, but nothing ever stuck. Wow, the light is shining so beautifully right now. So over the weekend, Steven and I went to IKEA and we he hung up these frames. That one's a little crooked, I need to fix it. I have pictures coming in and I just think it fits the wall beautifully. We have those over here, and I'll be honest, they've been bugging me because it was brought to my attention that I spaced them really far apart, and I think I want to try to do something different. I want to do like a floating shelf instead and put the frames on top, and depending on the floating shelf I'll be able to maybe add a few more pieces. Another house project that we actually have new windows coming in within the next 4 to 6 weeks, so I didn't really show you guys, but we did get a new faucet and sink. We had that divided sink that I was not a fan of because I just felt like nothing fit in it, but I cannot wait to replace that window and that window. They're broken and such an eyesore. The last thing I wanted to mention is this chandelier. Whoever installed it, cut the hole, whatever, they did it so off-centered from the middle of the room, and so our chandelier is on the side of our dining table, which is just so odd looking. We've tried to center the dining table around the chandelier and it just doesn't make sense. So that's another project that Steven has, and then it'll look a lot better. But I decided to go with colored photos for these frames. I was between black and white and colored. Something I don't see very often, home decor counts, is a lot of pictures, family photos. And I don't know if that's intentional because they want to keep that stuff private, but it's still your home. And coming from military spouse background and always moving, pictures on the walls is what made our house feel like a home. And for a long time we didn't do that because we were like always leaving. But then we thought, okay, we really need to prioritize it. We want to make this place, wherever we're at for however long we're at, feel like home. So pictures on the wall are something you're gonna see a lot of in my home. And I tried to be very intentional, so hard, only picking 6 of my favorite photos, and they're gonna change when the baby comes anyway, but I needed something there for now. But pictures on the walls, so important to me, and it honestly makes the house just feel fuller. Josie down about 40 minutes ago. I thought she was sleeping this whole time, but I just went to go put Arlo in our bedroom because he was being really loud because of the garbage truck. She either just woke up because of Arlo or she's been awake this whole time. I'm having lunch, dinner leftovers as I'm doing this canning process. So I just had to make sure that I'm well fed, that I'm not cranky, and then I'm gonna give her like 5 more minutes. If she doesn't fall back asleep, then I'm gonna go and get her. I'm also giving myself a little treat since I can't have another cup of coffee. I thought I'd have this crisp apple lollipop. Remember what I said about the early autumn vibes? This is what's bringing me joy. To say this, but you know what? I'm gonna work on being humble right now. I don't think I'm gonna do the water bath method with these tomatoes. A couple different reasons, but I didn't realize that the tomato sauce that I have in my pot right now, I need to reduce half of that, which would probably give me like a can and a half of tomato sauce. So I'm like, am I really gonna go through the whole like water bath method for a can and a half of tomato sauce? No, I'm not. And it's gonna take about probably 2 hours. Let's see, it's almost 1:30 right now. The video I'm watching says it takes about 2 to 4 hours. I'm thinking it's gonna take 2 hours. And yeah, I'm just gonna probably make something within this week with our tomato sauce, but I had about 9 pounds of tomatoes, and I have just been so busy the last couple of days that I'm just like, okay, I need to just get this done so that I can get it over with, and they're gonna go bad in the fridge. It's been a couple days. It's just my lack of planning. And so yeah. I don't really know what else to say other than that. I went through this whole process, but you know what? It taught me a lot. It taught me to have better time management and to probably have a little more knowledge as to what this process is gonna look like before actually doing it. So here's another fun thing I decided to do for myself this week. It's to basically just hand wash all my dishes. These are dirty, those are clean. Kid you guys not, I don't know if it's just our dishwasher, all dishwashers in general. Steven really wants to get a new dishwasher, and I'm thinking to myself, is it even worth it? Because I literally will load the dishwasher and there are so many things that just stay dirty, don't get washed, and they aren't even like tough stains. Sometimes I literally will just wipe it off with my hand, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm getting so overwhelmed with the amount of dishes I have because I think my dishwasher is working and doing what it's supposed to. In reality, it's not. So I have been hand washing all the dishes, and it's honestly been lovely because they're all clean. Okay, I'm also gonna give you guys a little bit of a Walmart haul. Went to Walmart this morning with the kids because I went to return these baskets that did not work. They were gonna go in our kitchen. Turns out I needed a box, and so couldn't return them today. Anyway, I was also gonna go to Walmart to get some watercolors, the watercolors that you saw us using earlier. They only had one pack of watercolors left, so I snagged that. I wanted to get ideally 2, but I just feel like paint is way too much of a hassle. Josie is still too little to handle paint all on her own, or watercolors don't like stain the table. I don't think they stain clothes, and it's just like easier for me to not always have to like monitor them with using watercolors. So it's something I'm going to start incorporating more, is watercolors into like our art time. But I did find some things that I've been looking for. I found 2 pairs of shoes for myself because all summer long I will just wear sandals, and I need closed toes shoes, especially for church. I don't like showing my toes at mass. I don't know why. It just feels weird. It just feels weird to me, and then I don't even have my toenails done, so it just doesn't look very good or classy for me. But I found 2 pairs of shoes. One is for mass. The other ones are just for more like around the house. I found these, and I thought, okay, they kind of look like grandma shoes, but they're cute. And I'm a grandma at heart. They're this really light beige color. I can wear them with anything. I can wear them with all of my dresses. And then I found these, like, I know these are knockoffs of a particular type of shoe, but I can't think of the name right now. I don't know if they're like Birks. They're kind of tied weird. But it's these right here. I thought that these were so pretty, but again, I'm just kind of like over wearing sandals every single day, and sometimes my outfits don't always go with sandals. They had a darker brown color that was so pretty that I would have preferred over these, but they did not have it in my color, or in my size, I'm sorry. And then 2 other things. I got Lucas an outfit. He's wearing it right now because he was so excited about it. But I found these 2 things for Josie. It's this little long sleeve shirt, but it has these horse prints on them, and then these little ruffles, which I just thought were so sweet, so cute for the fall. And then I found her this set. Oh my, I couldn't actually leave the store without getting this, because anything with horses reminds me of my grandpa. And I just think they're so sweet. They're so sweet. So it's this 2-piece actually. And I think this will keep her warm in the fall and the winter. She's a tiny, tiny girl. She's petite like me. And so this will fit her for a while. But it also has little horses. It's this really pretty brown color. And it comes with pants, which she does not own enough of. And yeah, that was all I got from Walmart. Walmart's got really good stuff. They have a lot of really nice fall decor right now that I had to contain myself for, because I was ready to start buying all the things. But no, I don't want to start bringing more home decor items into my house right now unless I have like a specific purpose for them. So, but Walmart is so underrated. I think people are finally starting to jump on the Walmart bandwagon like I am, but they've got really, really nice stuff. Thursday. Today Steven comes home and we had a change of plans. We decided not to do the 3-hour drive out to Monterey. Honestly, yesterday I didn't vlog at all. It was such a busy and full day for us. By the way, sorry if you guys hear all the leaf blowers. The landscapers are here today. But Yesterday was such a full day, so I'll give you guys a little recap of what we did. Yesterday, we woke up and we went over to my friend's house like I had mentioned we were doing, and we were there for a couple of hours. We didn't end up getting home until like 1 o'clock. And by that time, Josie took her nap. I was honestly getting so tired, so I needed a nap myself, and I offered Lucas to nap with me, or he could play quietly in his playroom with his Legos. So he did lay down with me for a little bit, and then he came out here and just like played with Legos while I rested just a little bit. I put an alarm and everything just in case, because later that evening we had his first practice for a new season of baseball. And so I'm like, okay, I really need to get a little bit of rest because we still have kind of a long day ahead of us. Got up, made the kids an early dinner, which they didn't eat until after his practice, but just wanted to have that ready and prepared. Went to his practice, came back home, had dinner, read the kids some books before bed, and then yeah, that was basically our day. It was long, kind of restful though. I did love the hour that he had practice. It felt so good outside, and me and Josie were just on my blanket laying down and watching him play. So it was a pretty restful day, I will say, even though it was busy. But today I was like, okay, I need to wake up and wash my hair because it was so dirty from the last couple of days. And now I'm just reading my Bible, having some quiet time. There were so many things in this vlog that I didn't even get to update you guys on, but I started editing it and I'm like, okay, this is getting kind of long. So I think at some point I should end the vlog. But it's okay because I definitely plan on vlogging some more, and again, I'm getting super inspired with like more home decor content, incorporating that, and just feeling more inspired lately, and it feels really good. It feels really good, and so I hope you guys will stay tuned for future videos. And yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here now because it's getting quite long. Thank you guys so much for watching today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It genuinely helps my channel so much, even just leaving a little comment down below. Thank you guys like always. I love you, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye guys.